Hello again everybody and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the FlightFX P180 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So here she is, one of the strangest aeroplanes that you'd probably ever see, if you're lucky to see one of them. Created in real life by Piaggio, it's the Piaggio P180 Avanti, and it's been replicated by FlightFX in the sim, in MSFS 2020 though. You join us at Marina di Campo Airport, little island, part of Italy in fact. The home of Piaggio, Italy being the country. And we're going to take this on a test flight, a little first flight, to see how it handles, what it's like, and what my thoughts might be as well. Pricing $24.99 US dollars, just over £20 British money, and probably one of the weirdest airplanes that I've ever seen. And in the sense that it's almost as if 10 years ago, before AI was a thing, 10 years ago, AI had just been created, and we said, you know what, I would like you to create a twin turboprop aeroplane that's smooth and Italian design and great for some executive charter stuff. And this would no doubt have been the result, or something similar to that anyway. Let me know as always your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit like, hit subscribe as well if you're new here for the first time. First thoughts on the outside. The exterior looks actually really good. As weird as this aeroplane is, it does actually look like FlightFX have done a beautiful job of it as well. We've got all of those removed before flight tags ready to go. The engines look really good. We'll just go close up and have a little look at those. Look at that. It does look really good. It looks exquisitely detailed. Really nice texture work. Let's have a real close-up look here. Oh, look at that. That's remarkably nice detail, that. And we'll have a little look at the flight model and everything as well. The flaps, well, the thing at the front, whatever you call it, the moustache. We'll call it the moustache for today. I'm sure there's a real name and a technical term. But as you deploy flaps on the wings, the surface of the moustache should also change its shape as well, almost like their own flaperons on that as well, so that's pretty cool. Complete with an interior, a couple of different options including a nice wooden interior, and the flight deck there complete for 2 pilots. Cabin has got lots of different animations. You can close and open various doors, for example those tea and coffee facilities. Grab a quick swig of whiskey if you wish. And the seats also rotate as well. You've got these kind of in-flight entertainment devices with a click spot. They fold away with a really nice animation. And just here as well, those seats kind of rotate out as well. Really good. Nice and easy to set up a custom selection of views, which is what I've done for today. Just a couple of views that we want to kind of have a look at. And down the back, we've also got like a little wardrobe area. And you can control various cabin lights as well. And a very posh toilet, complete with padded seats as well. Things like window blinds are animated too. You can open and close them as you wish. Create your own kind of custom feel on the aircraft, and loads of different lights and things throughout the aeroplane as well. So we've got the steps and everything down at the moment. Easy click of the switch. There's a little first glimpse of the flight deck. And yeah, quite a nice simple design to be fair. You've got 2 prop levers, flaps on the right, independent throttles 1 and 2 for the weird push props, and we've got that EFB there as well. So if I just snap into the main mode here, And what they've done straight away is given you some really important NOTAMs. Use mode steer, which is the top right button there, between taxi and takeoff for steering on the ground, and also ground idle for taxiing about. Hydraulics must be on for steering and gear deployment, and you can remove that and hide it. Currently, as we record this on the 6th of February, it is release day for this. I'm not sure when the video is going to go live though, and they haven't yet, as I record it, completed the manual. So that's still in progress. It's something I kind of wish developers would do prior to releasing. You know, certainly weird kind of aeroplanes like this, it'd be nice to dive through the manual and have a little look at what would be expected of us. Map various different settings here as well with quick states, which is quite nice. You can toggle cabin configuration between executive, and you get little like laptops and things that'll appear. You can add clutter as well if you wish. Various magazines and pillows thrown about. And you can toggle lots of stuff on and off, and you'll notice there we've got an engine health selector because we may or may not actually be able to damage those engines as well, which is quite cool. So we can also connect Navigraph, and that'll allow you to connect into Navigraph. You get the beautiful map overlay as well, which is pretty epic. And there's our location there at beautiful Marina di Campo, LIRJ, on the island of Elba. So nothing real specific or anything for this today. We're on live weather. We're just going to have a little play about and see what happens. Bearing in mind we've got no manual for this. I have no clue how to fly it. I'm going to see A, how easy it is to fly, and B, what my thoughts might be as well. But thankfully, because we've got the quick state save modes, we can just hit ready to taxi and get everything started. And we bring life to the aeroplane. And we can watch those engines start up. Big bright beacon light there as well. There goes engine 1. Such a weird looking aeroplane. All the systems coming online. Looks a little bit Embraer-y, doesn't it? Kind of E190 vibes coming from this. So what I got? Wind 090 at 0 knots. Well, that's rather lucky. So otherwise it'd be a bit of a crosswind for us. You can hide the yokes, which is very useful because a lot of the stuff back here is hidden by that. Anti-ice systems, landing gear, all the master switches for the electrics and the fuel pumps. And it's got a basic FMS as well, which is a little bit like the BA146 from Just Flight. Trim indications down there. Make sure your pitch trim is in the green band for takeoff. Really important, otherwise we might have problems. How we can get these doors closed. Nice little animation there. Right, where are we? So we're not going to have flight directors or anything like that on for today. 1.6. And I just want to have a look at the flap extension. So we have to look at the wings and also the weird moustache for today. Yes, look at that. A very small movement there, but what it does is it matches the setting on the wings so that it doesn't cause kind of unnecessary aircraft stress. Pretty cool. Right, taxi lights on. Get out of the way, GSX people. Coming for you. Check the old brakes. Landing up on runway 16. It's just taxiing along and idle as we go. There's no kind of speed brake or anything like that. I'm just going to show you guys the animations there. I'm just going to stay offset to the centre line. And that's why we were picking 16 today as well. If it was getting really spicy weather-wise, we'd still need to land on 34 here at Marina de Campo. It's quite a cool airport to be operating into and out of. Kind of like the St. Bart's of Italy, but with like a single direction runway all the way around. Handles really nicely on the ground. Really good ground handling. And because we don't have a manual, now I've hidden the tablet, I have absolutely no idea how to get it back. I've checked for various click spots all over the place, thinking I may find it, but no. Absolutely no clue. Pleasant flights. I'm going to put the stick forwards a little bit, and I think during the takeoff mode we need to switch across, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get out of here. Power set. 80 knots. You see steer takeoff's active now. And we're up. A little bit of over torque of the engines there. And away we go. Crazy aeroplane. Look at the size of that weird moustache. Really stands out, doesn't it? Great sounds. I'm just going to clean her up. So we can put yaw damper on. Heading mode. Autopilot engaged. And it's bust that somewhat. The only other thing is the display there. You can see how quickly the aeroplane corrects. That's pitch mode. So when you're trying to set an altitude, finally, like a 100, 200 foot kind of indication, you can't really do that. It doesn't give you the ability to do that. Let's go to kind of 90-ish degrees left and just see how that handles. So go straight to almost 30 degrees. Now we go half back. There we go. We get the limitator, the limitations there. The limiter firing up. Quite quick, isn't it? Look at that, 230 knots already. Very cool. And if we go into the back with some of my snazzy custom views, we've got the emergency exit lights. There's our snacky snacks. And right at the front, no smoking, and the seatbelt signs there as well. So minus the fact we don't have a manual yet for it, it's overwhelmingly impressive. FlightFX, of course, made the H-Jet, which was remarkably good fun, really nicely detailed, exquisitely detailed, in fact, as well. And this is superb. It looks great, sounds great, flies really nicely. Look at that. And it's unique as well, really, really unique, which is different. That's something else we can dive into and actually enjoy. It's something entirely different to what is offered elsewhere in the SIP. Spec-wise, though, is the Evo that I've got the stats for. It's got a maximum speed of 400 knots at flight level 310, which is crazy. Cruise speed of 318 knots at flight level 410 on a long-range cruise. Minimum control speed of 100 knots, so can fly really slow as well, and a range of 1,510 nautical miles, and that's with 4 passengers. Although that is the Evo, so I'd imagine this one will be slightly lower in stats wise, because this is not the Evo version, it's the Avanti, I think, or the comparable to the Avanti. And again, without a manual that we can physically see and take data from, we just don't 100% know. Now that that sun is going down as well, this looks really, really nice. Sort of flight deck lighting looks quite cool. And you've got all the displays and controls here as well. Got the blinds. Then we turn the autopilot off, take the oil damper, keep that on. Look at that, really cool. And you can see the bit of the moustache there as well, the handlebar. Get rid of those. So it's a short intro flight really, more than anything else. I have absolutely no idea how to fly this aeroplane. Got a master caution there because we've bust the altitude, but we can clear that. And we get rid of the flight directors as well. We're taking her in. I've noticed this entire panel here is non-operational as well. So you might see it and you think, oh, I'll do a TAWS test. It doesn't do anything, just for information. You can see as we start to bring the speed down a little bit, we have mid at 170, and that's going to be effectively the time at which we then drop our flaps to the mid setting. So there's a couple of settings for us, up, mid and down. And by the way, we're flying into the kind of that cavern, so the big hill that we saw a little moment ago, flying into that. And it's visual only. I've got no kind of information to help us, except for the land, the way the land looks. So I think this kind of bay here that juts out, the Roman fact. There we go, we've got some pappies. Lovely. So I'm just holding it above mid, 2,500, and I'm just working back towards the airfield now. And flying this is really nice. And actually, if you were to purchase this, and I think the price point at $25 US is superb, bang on the money. If you were to purchase this, then I can really, really recommend hand flying it for a bit and kind of experiencing this aeroplane in kind of a manual flight. So showing back the tablet, I'd love to know how to turn that back on again, because I'd be curious to know how much engine damage I've caused, if any, running it like we did on the departure today. Another one of my custom views, very nice. And on the other side, that beautiful sunset in the background there. So what we're getting now is like a gear warning. Really good sounds and good logic on the aeroplane. Go around at any point here is going to be exceptionally hairy, so it's just something to bear in mind. We do have reverse prop on this, which is amazing, so we'll see how that works. We've got max reverse down there. And in slow flight with flaps deployed as well, this is really smooth. Absolutely one of the most unique aeroplanes in the sim. That's just me retrimming on approach, just to try and keep her nice. I'm bringing her in a little high just because of all the terrain. And I'm conscious as well, it's all a little bit of a trick of the eye, and MSFS 2020's pappies are never really fully accurate. And again, without a kind of manual, I'm not really sure how fast to bring her in either. Beautiful scenery though for approach, look at that. So bringing them in higher rather than lower gives me a couple of options to contend with. Certainly for a go around. We've got the trees as well to contend with there. Look at this. Keeping a little bit of power in. There we go, let's idle her off. And reverse prop. There's the change in sound. And we can bring those throttles back up to idle as well. And we're just on the brakes now to bring her down to a stop. So pop the propellers back onto ground idle. And then we've got steer taxi on the display there, so we know we're in the correct mode for steering. Spin around. And now the sun's gone down as well, we're getting a really good look on the emissives bouncing off the textures of the sim as well, those ground textures and things. There you go, the flat retraction for the front and the moustache. And there you go, just a very quick introduction, folks. There's not really much else to it. The system depth is really nice. We're still waiting for that manual as we've discussed. And yeah, I'm curious, really genuinely curious to hear your thoughts at one of the most unique aeroplanes available now for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So share your thoughts down in that comments section below. Super important. I'll pop the links in the description if you're interested in purchasing this at a fantastic price as well, given its quality. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you've enjoyed this short intro to the FlightFX P180 for MSFS 2020. Hit like, hit subscribe, and join us at some point in the near future for some more flight sim videos. Take care. Thank you very much for watching.